means to be American. That is what we fought the American Revolution for. We're not accountable to the government. The government is accountable to us, the people. And I think once the government starts telling the truth again, that's how we revive public trust in this country.
Yeah, you talk about FOIA requests. I know you've also been trying to get information on the Trump indictments. He again was indicted for the third time yesterday. And I want to put this up. This is Monica Crowley, Vivek, and I think she had kind of a good take on this. This is from Newsweek, quoting here. Apparently, the government is criminalizing political speech now, but only in one direction. And they're arresting political opponents, but only on one side. And that about sums it up.
I think it does, and I think this sets a dangerous and disastrous precedent, Trace, in a way that goes far beyond just Republican versus Democrat tug of war. If one side can do it today, the other side can do it tomorrow. But we do not want to become a country where the party in power uses police force and the legal system to indict its political opponents in the middle of an election. My basic rule of thumb is pretty simple. If you're going to indict a political opponent in the midst of an election, it better darn well not be based on a novel, untested legal theory. Yet that's exactly been the case in all three of the indictments now, which reveals what's going on. This is not about the rule of law. It's about the abandonment of the rule of law to accomplish a political objective. And I say that as somebody for whom it would be much easier if Trump were eliminated from this race. I'm polling at third in the primary now. That's not how I want to win. It should be the old-fashioned way, convince the voters. That's what America was founded on.
And we have the proof, by the way, that you are running third. The RCP average, put it up on the screen. There he is, Vivek Ramaswamy, running at 5%. Congratulations, Vivek. Thank you for coming on. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you, Trace.
Meantime, security in the nation's capital on alert with former President Trump's court appearance just hours away on charges that he repeatedly spoke his mind, saying the 2020 election was stolen. The senior national correspondent Kevin Corke is live in D.C. with the very latest on this. Kevin, good evening.
Evening, Tracy. Former president expected to appear tomorrow afternoon at the federal courthouse over on Constitution Avenue, not very far from here. His arraignment set for 4 p.m. Eastern Time. The former president now faces 4 conspiracy and obstruction counts, and it should be pointed out, we also expect to learn tomorrow his bail conditions. Now, because of the high-profile nature of the arraignment, you're right. There are expected to be major street closures in the area, and given the time of day, to say nothing of the time of year, you know, tourist season, some are expecting major traffic headaches. And speaking of headaches, tonight they also continue for the current president and his son, Hunter. Because while the elder Biden's yet to weigh in on the latest indictment against his predecessor, he's also been mum about the latest developments in the congressional investigation into his son, Hunter Biden, who made millions of dollars overseas. Now, congressional Republicans continue to suggest the younger Biden was peddling influence on the then VP's name and position. Trace?
And on that note, we're getting a fresh look at the failed plea agreement between Hunter Biden and the district court in D.C. And the financial numbers apparently tell quite the story, Kevin.
Boy, as the old saying goes, follow the money, and it would appear the court is doing just that. In Hunter's original plea agreement, which is now public, the document states, listen to this. During calendar year 2017, Biden earned substantial income, including just under $1 million from a company that he formed with the CEO of a Chinese business conglomerate. $666,000 from his domestic business interests, about $664,000 from another Chinese infrastructure investment company, $500,000 in director's fees from a Ukrainian energy company, $70,000 related to a Romanian business, and another nearly $50,000, $48,000 to be exact, from a multinational law firm. Now, House Republicans say this is a clear violation of FARA and tax laws, and now they're looking for any possible connection between the money and then VP Joe Biden. Meantime, Hunter, the tenant, he's accused of trashing a $4.2 million Venice beach house that he rented with his, quote, rude and entitled wife, Melissa. That according to the Daily Mail. Now, the paper also claims they left the property in disarray and disrepair, and they stiffed the owner $80,000 in unpaid rent. No comment on the story tonight from the Bidens. Back to you.
We used to walk by that house because it was all decked out for Christmas, and we'd go down to